grew up wanting to be a writer, and along the way that kind of morphed into songwriting. And the Lord has been very kind to me to let me scratch out part of a living for most of my adult life, writing songs. Very kind to me. And because I've always loved stories. And here's the best one that I've ever heard. He's rescued us from the dominion of darkness and brought us into the kingdom of the Son he loves, in whom we have redemption, the forgiveness of sin. And there will never be enough songs and messages and movies about that. And so I want to share some of those that I've written. And this is just one about his mercy. He saw the ones around him move when he sat down. As the music softly played, Amazing Grace. Last night's fall off the wagon had left bruises on his face. So when he felt a hand on his shoulder, he thought he'd hear, "Come back when you're sober." But a friendly voice said, "We're glad you're here. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy, where the doors of love swing open wide. And no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you can come inside. Welcome to the altar of forgiveness, where the fallen can fall and tears are wiped away. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Take a seat on the front row of grace." You don't have to have it all together here. There's a lot of us who've been right where you are. We all came in here hurting, broken, bruised, and scarred. But then the Father reached us with the healing hand of Jesus, and now we're all a part of his family. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy, where the doors of love swing open wide. And no matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you can come inside. Oh, welcome to the altar of forgiveness, where the fallen can fall and tears are wiped away. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Take a seat on the front row of grace. We're not here to judge you. You can find that anywhere. We're just called to love you. You are welcome here at the First Church of Mercy, where the doors of love swing open wide. And no matter who you are or what you've done, you can come inside. Oh, welcome to the altar of forgiveness, where the fallen can fall and tears are wiped away. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Welcome to the First Church of Mercy. Take a seat on the front row of grace. Thank you. I think when you got here yesterday, you had a CD in that gift bag, and there's a song of mine on there, and I wanted to sing it for you tonight, but I wanted to tell you about writing it. My favorite songs are the ones that I can sneak my family into. Those are the ones that are the most personal, the ones that I like the most. My wife and I have 4 kids. They're all in their 20s now, grown. But I saw hands go up yesterday when somebody asked about parents, so I know there's a lot of parents in here. And you blink, and 4-year-olds are 27. And there was a time that we had a 5-year-old, 2 3-year-olds, twins, and a 1-year-old. And we were tired all the time. And I felt like I'd get home from work and she'd meet me at the door and just go, "Here, they're yours. You deal with them for a while." And so we would always flip into that bedtime routine of, the supper time and bath and teeth brushing, but it was always bedtime that was the worst part of the day. Because I'd get home, she'd been staying home with them all day, and we just wanted to spend some time, just the 2 of us. And these 4 little people won't leave us alone. Everybody's got an excuse every night for why they can't go to bed. And, heard a monster under the bed, need a cup of water, need to go to the bathroom again. I tell this story all the time, and she can vouch more for me. This is the honest truth. My favorite excuse that I ever heard was one of my boys. I saw his feet at the top of the stairs, so I knew who it was. He'd been down about 3 or 4 times, and I said, "Elijah, what is it now?" And he said, and I quote, right hand up, "My bottom doesn't itch, but it feels like it might." Gospel truth. And so I say that to say it was something like that every night for why they couldn't go to sleep. But there was this one particular night, tucking our oldest into bed, sweet little Maggie. She was about 5 or 6. I had already answered a ton of questions. Was flipping out the lights, and she said, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, one more question. And I said, "Maggie, it is already way past bedtime." And she said, "Daddy, just one more question. What does God look like?" And it took my breath away, because I didn't feel like she was stalling me. I honestly felt like this is a little girl starting to have questions about the Lord, starting her faith journey. And just as dad and mom who want their kids to know Jesus and to love him and to serve him, felt like a great opportunity to start planting seeds in her heart. But it also felt like a great song idea. And so saved that, and we wrote this. I was tucking her in bed, and it caught me by surprise when my little girl asked me, "What does God look like?" Well, I smiled and laughed a little, leaned over for a kiss, said, "Baby, I don't know, but I can tell you this. I've been to the ocean, and I've stood on a mountain. I've seen a sunset burn away a sky of blue. I've stared up at the starlight, got lost in the midnight. I've never seen the face of God, but I've seen what He can do." thought about the wonders around us every day, the stuff that if you let it, it'll take your breath away. But I've also found His glory shining from within the heart of a sinner who's just been born again. 'Cause I've been to the river, watched souls going under. Forgiveness washed them clean and mercy made them new. And I can tell you firsthand, gone is the old man. I've never seen the face of God, but I've seen what He can do. Oh, for now I don't need a picture, 'cause somehow this whole world helps me see Him clearer. 'Cause I've walked in the valley, cried out from the sorrow, and I can tell you every fire He's brought me through. And I know Him better, I'll love Him forever. I've never seen the face of God. No, I've never seen the face of God, but I've seen what He can do. I've seen what He can do. So I've never seen Him face to face, but just walking these grounds today and man, taking in the beauty of this place. How anybody can deny a creator is beyond me. I've seen what He can do just today walking around. And I have seen those lives that looked just helpless, hopeless, and somehow Jesus reaches in and just saves them miraculously. I know that because I'm one of them. I know who I am. I know what the enemy says about me. But I'm thankful for who Jesus says that I am. I see myself as fallen, so broken and unclean. I know the heart that's hidden, so wretched and so mean. I've called myself a failure and ask, how can it be that God, who is most holy, has such a name for me? Beloved, He calls me beloved, as if I'm worthy of Calvary's cruel tree. Beloved, He calls me beloved, and beloved is my Savior to me. How often I have trembled to breathe that name so high, as if I had some right to describe my God's pure light, and so I call him Master, I call him Lord and King, so humbled by the mercy that gives me cause to think. Beloved, he calls me beloved, as if I'm worthy of Calvary's cruel tree. Beloved, he calls me beloved, and beloved is my Savior to me. Before I ever knew him, while all my shame was known, in kindness he pursued me and claimed me as his own. He calls me to his presence, where boldly I can stand. I don't come as a stranger, for that's not who I am. Beloved, he calls me beloved, as if I'm worthy of Calvary's cruel tree. Beloved, he calls me beloved, and beloved is my Savior to me, and beloved is my Savior.